these workers, their labor needs to be undervalued severely in order to get some great deals. And if you want to get an even better deal, make sure you check out my promo code slave wages down below, and you can get 15% off. I mean, you really can't pass up these deals. And you may say, isn't it a little selfish to talk about clothes and material goods at a time like this? But I say, you know, this is my bread and circus. It's my distraction from everyday life. And if my enjoyment and pleasure comes at the cost of someone else's, so be it. Hey guys, a lot of people have been asking me where I get my clothes from, so I thought I'd just share a few. This shirt is from Princess Polly. It was made with underpaid wages and overworked garment workers, but that's neither here nor there. You know, my job as an influencer is just to pamper myself, look pretty, make narcissistic content, talk about myself for 4 hours, and then upload a half-assed video. But anyway, yeah, the thing that's so great about this shirt is that, like, I just know that the underpaid workers were so passionate about making this during their 12-hour shift, and I could just, like, feel the quality and the love coming out of the garment. So yeah, it's really cute. I got this dress, which is like perfect for like going out to brunch or something like that. And a great thing about this piece is that the tears from the workers act as a natural softener. Now, this dress is just absolutely adorable. I love the ribbon around the neck. And the thing about this that really amazes me, that it's teaching young children about entrepreneurship. I know by paying them less than $1 a day, it just ensures that, you know, they're really there for the right reasons, and they're not just there for like a paycheck, you know. And I think paying children under $1 a day to make these pieces really speaks to the fact that they want to be there and they're not just there for the money. So definitely check out Princess Polly and Shein. They have a lot of really amazing pieces. And people say that how can you support such horrible working practices? I mean, a lot of these companies don't give two flying fucks about their employees, but you know, that's just really a company problem. And you know, I in no way am supporting the abuse of garment workers, but you know, if these corporations decide to underpay their workers, then that's just their right to. And you know, you really can't expect me to do anything as a brand ambassador. I mean, all I do is collect a check. Let's just brush that under the rug. We don't have to address the violent supply chain or how workers are abused, or you know, the underpaying of people in post-colonial countries. This really isn't a political channel. I'm not here to talk about, you know, the issues going on in the world, and while they're all very sad, this piece is just so cute, and you could say it's to die for. I think it's great that these brands are really giving an opportunity to these children in Vietnam and Laos and Senegal and Martinique. This really gives them, you know, something to do with their time, because you know these poor brown and black kids in other countries, they have nothing really to do with their time. You know, what are they gonna do? Pull themselves up by their bootstraps? So you know, these underpaid jobs, they give them something to do. Playing on the playground can be actually quite dangerous in these countries for poor kids. So they're better off in factories making cute pieces like this for Princess Polly. Now this dress, and you know, I bought it for $5, which is, you know, an absolute steal when you think about how they make a profit on these cheap clothes. I mean, in order to do that, if profits are unpaid wages, then they keep the wages pretty low to be able to sell this for $5, you know. But again, I just want to really emphasize that this channel is a place for positivity and love and helping you build your confidence. Yeah, watching me talk about my material possessions is going to help you build your confidence. So you are welcome. And all of these should be really accessible for you poor folks, so just keep on exploiting cheap labor from the global south. But some of these kids, you may say, oh, well, wouldn't they rather be in school, or would it be better for kids to, you know, gain an education, obtain knowledge, so they have maybe the slightest possibility of upward class mobility. But to that I say, boo. You're not seeing the potential that these black and brown kids have in these poor countries. And, by me choosing to support Shein and Princess Polly, they are giving employment opportunities to these poor kids. So they're earning $1 a day, sometimes even $2 in some circumstances. So I really am looking forward to seeing a thank you letter in the mail from these garment factories, where I am so graciously and selfishly deciding to spend my money there. And I just want to say again, this is a place for positivity, and if you're going to try to call attention to the pollution that the fast fashion industry creates, you're going to get blocked. I do not need any of that negativity here. You bringing up fast fashion and the unethical business practices and the mass amount of pollution created by the industry, that's not being accurate. You're being negative. If you point out that these adorable clothes are made by underpaid labor in the global south, you are just being negative. Yeah, you're being negative and bitter, and you're just angry you can't afford to buy all of these cute clothes. So I'm just going to say now, this content is made for people who live in the Western world, who have disposable income and can fit into these clothes. Now, if you don't meet the criteria, then this isn't the place for you, hun. I mean, I make this as positive a place as I can with these garments made by slave wages in the global south, and if you don't like it, you can leave. That's the best thing we can do to solve all of the problems in the world. There's so much going on in the world right now, and the last thing you want to worry your pretty little head about is where your clothing comes from, or who harvests your chocolate, or how the food in the grocery store gets on your shelf. So we're going to ignore the oppression of the Palestinians, and we're going to ignore the workers' rights that do not exist, and we are going to pay more attention to this amazing sale that Princess Polly has going on. I want you to go run, don't walk to their website and check out these cute deals, because they are not going to last. I mean, and you may say, isn't it selfish for you to focus on clothes right now at a time like this? With the massive amount of CO2 being let into the environment, all of the overconsumption that's leading to climate catastrophe is really being, blown out of proportion. And these workers, they're making maybe an 18th of what it costs to produce these, and their labor needs to be undervalued severely in order to get some great deals. And if you want to get an even better deal, make sure you check out my promo code slave wages down below, and you can get 15% off. I mean, you really can't pass up these deals. And you may say, isn't it a little selfish to talk about clothes and material goods at a time like this? But I say, this is my bread and circus. It's my distraction from everyday life. And if my enjoyment and pleasure comes at the cost of someone else's, so be it. If my things are made with slave wages, I can't fix every problem, and you asking me to not support these companies is outrageous, especially when they have promo codes going on, like slave wages, that will get you 15% off these cute tops